Hello everyone and welcome back to Cooking with John, where today I'm making for you my world famous ginger and tomato soup. Here's the ingredients, if you can see, not very many. We're going to start with some bell peppers because it does help with the acidity if you use a different vegetable besides just tomatoes. And if you don't want to put anything like baking soda in, that helps as well. But we're going to wash these bad boys and girls if there's any gender or implications of there for these vegetables, but we're going to wash them regardless. Got a baking sheet for them with something down so they don't burn on there. I didn't actually cook them as much as I could, but first we got to get some of the cores out. So this is how you do it. You get a little paring knife. You got to be careful with these because they should be very sharp when you use them. And just go around in a circle. I roll the tomatoes. Sometimes you can kind of cut towards yourself, so just be careful doing that. Otherwise, you got to get that thing out of there, and there you go, Bob's your uncle. There's one. I got about 9 of these things. Yeah, maybe 9. And then 3 of these. I'll show you how to do this as well. Pretty much the same. You want to cut the core out. You don't really have to do much else besides that for cutting. Some people, you want to like cut it down the middle, cut them in half. Not really. Just push that down afterwards and look at that. Aha, dig that out with your fingers. It doesn't really matter if you break the outer core, if the seeds fall out. This is the method to get the seeds out. Take a look at that. Smack that. Ooh. What do we got here? All right, put that on the baking sheet. Do that to all of them. You just didn't have to see the spanking this time. This is the really good way to peel your garlic. Just use a spoon. You just make sure if you're using a really small piece not to like get the side of your hand. And if you're using a sharper spoon, you can actually cut yourself. But otherwise, that's how it's done. It's not super difficult once you get the hang of it, and if it's a really ripe piece of garlic. But on to the baking sheet as well. Now that we got everything on there, salt and olive oil will do us good. Just got to fondle these vegetables for a second. I don't really know why I did this, but I made sure to keep this in just to show you guys a very important step of fondling the vegetables. Yes, just make sure you touch everything with your clean hands. There we go. We're almost done. Now that we've done that, we can get these liberally applied. Whoa, that's a lot. Got it all over as well, but we also salted every single one of these tomatoes. I think I put a little too much salt on some of these, to be honest with you, but that's okay. It makes good content, and it was an absolute delicious soup. You'll see in just a second. But lots and lots of salt, a ton of salt. You're going to want to salt all your vegetables on here to oblivion. Then everything's going to go into the oven. I did it for 350 Fahrenheit. I could probably have put it in for a little longer and also for higher temperature, but that's okay. On to the parsley now. Everybody has those soup recipes that you don't really measure anything, but I do kind of try to keep track of how much I use for you guys. Just as well, you're just going to have to see with your very own eyes how much parsley I use. But this is the way to do it. Just pull off the stems if you don't want to eat the entire plant, but you can. I like to crinkle it all up in my hands, smush it all together. There's a better way to do it, but I'm not into doing that right now. I can barely see because remember, I'm recording with something around my neck. But yes, that's how you do it. Chop up your parsley. Just be careful with your little fingies. Otherwise, we're moving on to the cheese. Here's some Parmesan cheese, some good cheese. I think it's from Aldi's, but chop that up. I didn't really show it because, hey, it's cheese. Who doesn't know how to cut something? But anyway, we're going to put that into a food processor. Sprinkle that all in, yes. Make sure you get all the cheese in there. This is actually really good cheese. I think I said cheese too many times, or maybe not enough. But here's some parsley now. It's going to go in there, and I'll show you what I do in just a second. When I put everything in here, I kind of let everything sit with the soy sauce that I put in a second. Make sure you get all that. Some dogs have just been watching me cook the entire time, hoping things fall on the ground. But yes, some red pepper in there as well. That's kind of like the secret ingredient. Not really so secret, but it gives it a good kick. And with the ginger, it also gives it another spice. So it's like, what's that flavor? And you'll find out soon. But yes, we put some soy sauce. I actually do measure this. I think I do 2 of these, which would be a half cup. I put more in my own portion, so you could probably do up to a cup in the entire soup. But otherwise, they're getting nice and, I don't know, what's it called? Broiled? It's not quite broiling, but yes, we're onto the food processor, not working. And for some reason, I keep clicking it, and you'll see a couple times in this I do not know how to actually plug it in before I use it. But here we go once again. Very nice. Get harassed by these dogs on the occasion. Somehow, magically, you'll see that the tinfoil just surrounded these vegetables, but very happy to have them out now. Yeah, they look pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. They could be a little bit darker. I could probably burn them a little bit even, but it's boiling. Look at that. It's good stuff, good stuff. On to the main attraction now, blending everything together. Just see I chucked them all in there. The steam coming out here is going to be gorgeous. And this color is something. Just take a look. Now we're on to the final steps of the soup. Look at that thing. Oh, it's delicious. Now take this over to a bigger pot and cook it up a little bit more because there's a lot of water still in there. And we're going to add a couple more ingredients in this big old pot. Surprised I really didn't spill anything, and I did a decent job. You'll see in a second, but oh yeah, soup time. Again, the dogs are just waiting for something to drop, but we're going to put in a half cup. I think I actually put in a little bit more, so this is deceptive. But for right now, we're going to put in a half cup of heavy cream before we use this immersion blender, which is the first time I've ever used it, so kind of just sucked to the bottom quickly without me understanding how that worked. But it's pretty decent. It's easy to control, and it's a lot better and finer than the food processor, so it did a pretty good job. As you can see, everything is looking pretty decent in there. Pretty good soup. So we'll turn this on now, and in just a while you'll see. Yes, Mac, you don't get any of this soup. Cover it up. Now onto the plating for everybody. You'll enjoy this. Look at that beautiful soup. But that's going to be all for Cooking with John today. This absolutely delicious soup. It did not last the entire night. It was gone. But here you go, the finished product. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you again soon, and take care.